All right, let's get these balls pumped. Electric pump, obviously. Going to do a little bit of kicking today. I'm at Andover Rugby Club. Today is my brother Jamie's birthday, and what would have been his 31st birthday today. It was 5 days before his 14th birthday. He died suddenly from a heart condition. There was no way of knowing that he had that heart condition unless, of course, he was able to have a heart scan done prior to it, which would have flagged something up. In these really difficult situations, you've got to be able to accept what's happened and then look towards what you're going to do to help yourself get through things, continue to live your life that you still have the opportunity to live, but also be able to live in a way that keeps the legacy of that person alive. And so many families have had a similar experience where a young person has died suddenly from an undiagnosed heart condition. I want to help reduce the number of families that have their worlds torn apart by these horrific circumstances. The only way to really change that is to increase the ease and accessibility of heart screenings. So in June this year, I will be attempting what is called 156 kicks. Now this is a fundraising campaign to raise money for the charity CRY, Cardiac Risk in the Young. The shocking reality is that every week, 12 young people in the UK die from undiagnosed heart conditions. And over the course of 3 months, that's 156 young people, families that have to go through that tragedy. So 156 kicks is my challenge, scoring 156 kicks in an hour. And every single one of those kicks is significant, and every single one of those kicks is meaningful. I want to raise £7,000 to be able to help put on a free heart screening day where families can take their kids to have their hearts checked for that peace of mind. And therefore, we can help reduce that number, because that's far too many people that die from these undiagnosed heart conditions. And it really does tear your whole world apart. I will be looking for companies that want to get involved and sponsor this event in various ways. When I achieve 156 kicks, it is a new official Guinness World Record. Like Guinness World Records, they give you conditions. So it's not just as simple as how many conversions can you get, like from anywhere in any way. There are specific criteria, and they need to do that, obviously, otherwise these things become far too loose. I have to set my own tee, and so that makes tee choice for this challenge really interesting and really important. I'm going to practice from all 3 points that I need to do once I've done my warm-up. So that's what we're going to do. Whenever I set myself these challenges, I always have that skeptical voice in the back of my head of like the most skeptical person that will be going, well, that's easy. So I'm not here to prove that it's not. That's not the point. It's just the fact. This ain't going to be easy for me to do. And I'm the one doing it, right? So I'm going to have to apply myself. I'm going to have to train specifically for this. I'm really going to have to embrace this journey. And this is the start of this journey, like a proper start of it on today. So let's do it. So we got 3 tees, spare one if we need. 3, 2, 1, time on. He's at the post. Good start, man. Thanks, it's come back though, look at that. 2. See, we don't need that, do we? That's a nice one. 3. I got my ball back as well, so I can actually do 5. I'm going to transfer across to the wolf. Nicer shots, nicer shots. Let's go. This will be number 5, which will give me 4 out of 5. Little nudge. There we go. Now the fun part is going to get the balls, bring them back. Little grubber back. That's not bad. Oh, look at that. This is so different to how you would kick in a normal match, which I will show you now. Imagine I'm just going to take a shot from here. On this, I'd probably go a bit closer in a game. Not too close that they can block me, but I also have a different approach when the ball's close. I don't take as long, and I definitely don't do as much of a run-up. So imagine this is, my normal routine. Eyes are there. Approach. Trust. And there we go. I've got 3 positions. I need to take an equal amount of attempts, not an equal amount of successful attempts, but an equal amount of attempts from all 3. I'll show you where they are. That shows you the line. First, I'm going to use 3 different tees here. So this first one is my mid-cut. It's what I usually kick from. And then I've got the others here as well. I've got the 88 and I've got the Wolf. Right. Ready? Let's see how this goes. Time on. So this is the left position. Nice. Oh, I love a mid-cut tee, baby. Very minimal exertion. Very minimal exertion. That's the word I want. RB Wolf. But we're good. We're good for the RB Wolf. You can see there's a difference here. Now we're on this side. I'm actually probably taking it a little bit more seriously. That's the sort of thing that I need to be doing for an hour. So for this, I'm just going to aim for that big, invisible force field in the middle of the post, right up the top there. That's what I'm going to do with this. So I know that if I get a good sweet strike, I'll be all good. With the mid-cut to begin with. Okay, so let's see how we go with this one. Hopefully as successful as before. Ready? Time is on. Doesn't let me down, that mid-cut, I tell you. Doesn't let me down. So we're taking our time a little bit. We're setting nicely. Trust the connection. Got away with that a little bit, I scuffed it. But that's what you get from the 88, just because it's so high. You won't get that same leniency from the little Wolfie here. See? Did enough, but I'm telling you, the margin for error on the Wolf is much smaller, guys. It's much smaller. For me, it's not the greatest of tees. For others, maybe so. You bastard. 4 kicks a minute is good for me. That means over the course of 60 minutes, we're looking at 240 kicks. I only got to get 156, right? And I'm going to have a drink break and stuff like that in between. I'm not going to do 4 every time, but 156 young people every 3 months died from undiagnosed heart conditions. Every single one of those kicks is representing a life that's been lost unnecessarily if we can increase the amount of screenings. And £7,000 pays for a screening day, and so that's my target for this fundraising to begin with. I want to hit that 7,000. Let's put one of these screening days on and let's get some kids on these ECG monitors. Let's allow families that are concerned in any way have a screening for free. That's what we need to do here. And of course, once I get 150, for me that's a nice little bonus, because that's a new Guinness World Record. So thank you for coming out with me today and doing some kicking. Hope you've enjoyed a little insight into the challenge and some of the thinking behind it, and some of the nuances. Of course, we've now got to make sure that I've got my support team, and the support team are just as important. Retrieving the balls, making sure that they're there, retrieving the tees, making sure that they are ready, helping me out with anything that I need, counting the successful conversions, keeping time. There's a specific criteria, as you can imagine, that Guinness have given me. And we're waiting to hear back on confirmation on a really special venue to do this challenge. So thanks for watching. I invite you along for the journey, and I'll see you again in the next one.